Alright, so we're gonna have infinite pressure tank. I might as well do this now. Mine this out and analyze it because the bottom is ready for it. And then the only thing we need is power. I am going to connect this. There's no Drecos here, which is fine. So the entire line is only 960 watts. Yeah, I can pull this pump on it. That's actually perfectly fine. This goes like this. Like that. And I'm going to need a ladder here in order to reach this time. And then we need someone to analyze this. Whoever is smart enough to do so should do it. And then, yeah. Ah, I need the Atmos pressure sensor. That's going to be here. It should be fine. Oh, we're out of food for this guy. Alright, we're gonna send him some food. Back to the meal ice. Send that over to here. Which we still have selected. Manual use sweep only. What dupes we got? We have no dupe space yet. I am not willing to take on some extra dupes yet until we get the stress under control. So I think once we get the suits, we'll start adding in some more dupes, because I think we'll be okay with food at that point. But I'm not 100% sure. Right now, everyone's taking the geek. Slacker, low. No, man, I gotta pace the game just because of the flipped Asteroid max difficulty. I will admit that in the beginning of the game, I was nonchalantly just taking dupes. I will say that. I was just grabbing dupes like it was nobody's business. Oh yeah, it's fine. No one's gonna die. I've started running low on calories, running low on dirt, man. No more crude oil, and panic ensued. But you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do. All right. So I have a lot of copper. I'm willing to sacrifice some copper on the rock crusher. I think it's gonna be perfectly fine. We need this wire as well. And then we're doing the analyzing. This is infinite pressure. All we have to wait for this now is just for this to turn on. We need more suits. Someone is starving. Nah, you guys are good. We just gave you guys some meal lice. Yeah. He doesn't even need a mine. There's already 10 tons of dirt on this planet. That's so good. Alright, so this room is at how many? 6 critters. None of the Dreco... Oh, this guy never got wrangled. Are we out of Drecos? I guess it's fine. Okay, so with that, I think I need to make my first hatch ranch. Dude, I have no space for a hatch ranch, man. Not gonna lie. It has to be like right here or something. I really don't want the dupes to walk through it, though. I guess for the sake, I just kind of have to build it. Do you even have reed fiber yet? Dude, I have 3 suits. My Drecos are getting shaped. We got the reed fiber, baby. We're waiting for the refined metal. We have 10 reed fiber. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're not at that stockpile that we would like to be at, but we're getting there. I really don't have a lot of space, man, for a hatch ranch. I want to have one, though. Waste some carpet tile? Hell no, dude. I'm crazy. Carpet tiles, man. This guy's asking for a lot. This guy wants me to make carpet tiles. 72. How is it 96 for a stable? Oh, that goes out to here? Oh, that's too much. Dude, I actually don't have room for a hatch ranch. That's really crazy. Alright, guys. I think we're gonna make an... Oh, I hate to say this. Oh, man. Alright, guys. I think we need to make the executive decision to just mine out this ice biome. What do you guys think? Oh, he ate all his food, dude. That's rude. Wait, he can't reach? Oh, I see. Are you gonna die, buddy? No, he's fine. He's fine. Yeah. He's fine. It's fine. Gotta tickle the tootsies. Mine time. So, guys, I'm thinking about the fact that we need to mine this out. What do you guys think? Oh, I'm gonna pop some eardrums too. I think I need to mine this out. Like, it's gonna take way too long for us to melt this, and I kind of want the space. I kind of need the space. I would really like it to have the space. You don't want to make it work elsewhere. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't. Can you melt it with magma? I don't want to, because that's an easy way for the colony to get wiped out. We could do it as a like, I'm not even close to mining to the magma though. Melt it with magma, huh? It's one of those things where it's like, I would have to vacuum everything so that I don't accidentally superheat anything. No. So if you didn't know, you can't break natural tiles, regardless of how destructive you are. Any natural tile. You can't even break fertilizer, which is like the softest material in the game. So because of that, you could try to be a destructive dupe to mine out my tiles, but it's not possible. If I leave the natural abyssalite there, it's not actually breakable. Oh, I see a geek. Yo, man. I hope it feels better, man. Don't want to be in that mindset for long term. Take the pinch of pepper nuts. Alright. You guys are right. I could technically just make a hatch ranch and not really give a damn about it. That's exactly 100% correct. So, we'll do it. And I think it's going to be here. That also means I have to get rid of these right here. My neighbors are metal wielding. Dual wield metal wield. Y'all have seen the sword wielders. Couldn't you do a vertical ranch there? I don't have that much space for a vertical ranch. As much as I would love to, I don't think we have enough room for it. Oh, he's not getting his food. It's because he doesn't want to build. Nice. Okay, now we gotta send him some more. No, it's actually 10k. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. All right, 96 tiles. Exactly to the ladder. Perfect. And we'll do the setup. Oh, this has to be moved out due to how the game works. Yeah. Stations grooming. Hey, man. Long time no see. Gabe unsupervised, first time chatter. I don't believe you've been to my channel before because of what that says. But Gabe, welcome on in, first time chatter. Maybe you have a new account because your old account got banned or hacked. I don't know. But how are you? I see you over there, man. Hope you're doing well. You're good, you're good. Good to hear, good to hear. Hope you're a fan of the Onis. Hope you like the oxygen not included. Max difficulty is not a joke, you good man. Dude, I think we're barely getting by. Stress is the next thing I need to worry about. And then it's food. Oh, they don't want to... Wait a second. Did I send over my only farmer? No, Clash is my farmer. I was going to say, did I send over my only farmer and he's not harvesting anymore? Wait, so what's Clash doing? Oh, he's showering. Okay, that's cool. Catch you on the YouTube channel, and now I'm on here. Big fan of Oni. Nice! Welcome in Snow. Glad to have you here. Glad to have the people from the YouTubes be here, man. Good to meet you guys. A lot of the times, when we make the YouTube videos, you guys get to reply, like, and comment, but, you know, I never get to chat with you guys, meet you guys, see what you guys are about. But dude, nice to meet you. Good to have you here. Of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to help. Once I have to figure out power beyond coal and start working with crude, I get totally lost. Ah. D8E8. A lot of the times, that means you're getting into it a little bit too soon. I recommend not utilizing power until it's absolutely necessary. And to give you an idea, I'm 242 cycles in. A lot of my power still comes from hamster wheels. I'm using one here for this line for my oxygen diffuser. There's a battery here, some deodorizers, my 2 science buildings, electric grill, and a water sieve. I do have hydrogen, though, that I'm utilizing from the spawn, but I'm utilizing a lot of hamster wheel power still. I am using a coal gen there to a smart battery, but a lot of the times you want to use your hamster wheel tech as far as you can. After which, you want to actually look for a geyser. That's probably the one step you're not doing. A lot of the times, you don't want to get into a proper power system until you find the power resource geyser that you could find. If you don't know how you could find that, you could press Z. And this brings up your star map. Click on your starter asteroid, and it will tell you the list of geysers you actually have access to on this planet. You can actually click on the other planet as well to see that list of geysers on that other planet. So by clicking on this, you know what you're looking for. And it will tell you whether or not you're going to waste time or not. So by doing this, you could see whether or not you have a power geyser. In my case, it's natural gas. Or you might have to go to your second asteroid and look for something else. In this case, it's going to be the hydrogen vents. So depending on, you know, your starter cluster, you might not have the same spread of geysers like I do. But a lot of the times, you're looking for 2 things. A water geyser. And of course, a power geyser. The natural gas is one of the best power geysers to go for because it's only 150. You get a lot of natural gas. Natural gas is a pretty good generator as well. Generate 800 watts. Long-term benefit for sour gas boiling. Also, generates water. Pretty nice. It's not a lot of water, but it does generate it. So natural gas is pretty good. One of the better ones. Hydrogen, yeah. Hydrogen is weird because it requires a little bit more... of a build, if that makes sense. So informational. Gotta be, the shrug. Gotta be informational. There's a lot of information in this game, and that means I know a lot of information as well. DLC solar panels are OP for early mid-game. Solar panels, it's very much dependent. If you didn't know, the Z menu, clicking on the planetoid like this again, one of the things you could look up for your planetoid is peak light. You didn't know this, but you need to have 50,000 lux value minimum in order for you to reach max power in your solar panels. Solar panels have to get 50,000 lux for it to give you the most power it could generate. If you never hit 50,000 lux at all, this means that in the daytime, your lux value is actually slowly climbing up and takes you longer to hit the peak power, which means you're not getting as much. Although, yes, you can still get a little bit of power from this, you might get pushed away from it when you realize that you're only getting like 100 watts instead of the 280 that you would get from the solar panel. Thanks for that. Hope it helps, man. Let me know if you have any more questions. Glass is hard to put your hand on for solar. That's true, too. One of the tips for that, Snow, is you can actually deconstruct the lab window by your teleporters. And when you deconstruct it, you discover glass. When you discover glass, you could get it from your printing pod as one of the care packages. So you want to do that as soon as you can. It's a good pro tip if you're, you know, not so well versed with the small intricacies like that. V Simon, I missed this. Very sorry about that. V Simon asked, no hats. Actually, if you're in the colony, you get to choose your own hats if you guys want to. So if any of these people are here, they could ask for a hat that they have access to. But since, you know, they're part of chat, I don't want to put accessories on them without, you know, them okaying it or anything like that. Gotta make sure the people are happy. Yes, but if you're running low on power setups, I see you over there. That's true. Some power is better than none. I want a fedora. Are you also gonna say words like "milady"? Asking for a friend? You know, it's an honest question. Honest question. I'm gonna hit him with. It's probably gonna be sandstone. Feels bad. I don't know if we have fedoras in this game. Does anyone know what skill the fedora is tied to, if we have one? Have you tried Delectables yet? I'm not a fan. I don't like shovels in general, so I don't like Delectables in general. And that's just my opinion. I'm not a fan of that critter type, so I don't try to get it. Have I tried it, though? I haven't honestly gotten a lot of shovels now that I'm playing a lot of spaced out DLC. The smaller map doesn't give you shovels at the top, so I don't go to the shovel asteroid as often because of that. And because it's kind of a pain to transport, bring the egg back, make a ranch for them. Then you have to multiply it, and it just starts to become a pain. So I will have to say I have not yet for the Delectables. The Rancher, maybe? Who's the Rancher? Mighty Stoosh? Is that a fedora? That's not a fedora. Is that a fedora? Mighty Stoosh with the fedora, man. Pulls that shit out of his back pocket. Oh, and he's pissed. You smiled for 2 seconds, man. I thought you were happy. This guy is pissed that we put a hat on him, dude. My god. And he's hungry, dude. He's like, where's my food at? I see you over there. What's your favorite feature, intended or otherwise, about this game? So many great mechanics. These guys, the Grubs. Look at how they climb up and down, dude. The giant caterpillars. Not only are they freaking so large, but they also give you a buff to your plants. Grub. This Grub rubbed against the plant, dramatically boosting the growth speed. 50% boost. These guys are hands down, might be my favorite thing about the game. They look amazing. They're huge. I can't wait till someone mods the game so that duplicates could ride these guys into battle. And, dude, these guys are amazing, man. The animations for everything, just in general, are pretty good. I would say it's kind of like a tier above the rest of the games out there, where you have blank faces, nothing really, happening. It makes it feel like, the devs really put their heart and soul into the game. But that's just me. That's just me. The fedora made him into a gangster. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. The art style is so good, it really is. I gotta appreciate it, man. Animation, art style, the works. It's really good. It is really good. Alright, so the Drekos are there. This is priority 9. Pen status okay. Oh, you can't wrangle babies. That's right. We gotta wait for that. The stress is gonna kill you. Don't worry, man. This is not Darkest Dungeon where we get a heart attack. It's gonna be manageable. It's gonna be manageable. I don't know. The BIG might have something to say against that. Hey, man. We don't tell Notorious. He's gonna be alright. Where is the hydrogen pump on the research tree? I'm about to go to bed. I don't really want to hop into the game. I just want to see a thing. So you're talking about the hydrogen generator, right? Not the pump. You're looking for the generator. So you're looking for the hydrogen generator that converts hydrogen to power. It is in the power tab at the bottom. I plan to join his crew. Geek over there representing East Coast. East Coast over there. I see you over there. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty close in the beginning. Alright, so this is going to be ready for hatches. We need to start ranching. So these guys over here are the first ones we're going to immediately try to wrangle. Oh, not the elderly guy, though. Only the youngins. I need my hat. What kind of hat do you need, Mr. Big Onion? What kind of hat do you need? We got you a mechanical hat. Oh, dude, you want this one? Hell yeah, dude! You get the hat, the trucker hat. Almost, is that what it's called? The baseball cap. Big, where you at? Oh shit! Yo, but that's my boy Big. Why are you so sad? He puts the hat down immediately after putting it on. The skate hat. All you see is Butters from South Park. Going back to Cali. Hey. East Coast represent. I see you, Mighty Stoosh. The spawn is not that hard to understand, but it's made in a compact style. In a bigger style, it's way easier to understand. Oh yeah. It's because you're also looking into it in a. So think about it this way. You saw a video not so much to explain the concept of what a spawn is, but you saw a video that does it in the best fashion possible. It's kind of like watching logic gates, like trying to do something to learn about automation, like a NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, things like that, and how the automation signals work together. But when you look at the most efficient design, you're not going to understand it as easily. That's kind of what it was. Not that, you know, the concept is hard to design or to understand. It's more so that what you were looking at was a final min-maxed product. So you're going to skip some things just for efficiency purposes and things like that. But yeah, the spawn is as you say. It's going to be a lot easier to understand with a regular design and not the most efficient. 100%, dude. Ah, look at that. He's eating a sandstone. Hell yeah. Nice. Big Onion is happy with his hat. Good stuff, man. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, so we gotta move some Drecos. We have 7 here. We have that 1 here. Let me actually do this. And can I capture this guy? There we go. I want to move him into here. Really want to move him into here. Really want the Drecos, man. Oh, another thing is we got to disable harvesting. You can't harvest any of these guys. We can't have that. We can't have that. We got to save this for the Drecos. Oh! I got rid of the door there that I needed to climb up. Oh, that's why. I'm so stupid. Now I really want to hop on the game, but it's 5 AM right there. Yo, man, I'm sorry, dude. Keep giving you guys the itch to play the game a little bit more. But hey, man, weekend's almost here. Get some time to spend on the Onis. Hopefully that's going to be good enough. Maybe you could look forward to that. Help you fall asleep. But yeah, man, if it's 5 AM, man, gotta get some rest. I actually can't climb up to the top, which is why this guy's still up there. I just realized that, man. Feels bad. Oh, is this guy still here? And he's still sending dirt. Oh, what a stud. Still sending dirt. Even though we're at 24 tons over here. Okay. After we run out of food on that other planet, we're gonna send him home. I think he's gonna be good. Oh, I retro. Fuck it. I'm hopping on. Oh shit, guys. I think we have an addict. We gotta have this guy join the Club Anonymous. We have another Oni addict, guys. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. They do be like that though sometimes. Wait, this is only 92 tiles? Oh, I messed up. I messed up. I gotta move that back again. Who needs sleep? Yo, man, once you get old, I will say this. You're gonna miss sleep, dude. Because I do. I'm an old man, dude. I'm 31. Goddamn. There are times where I miss sleep. I'm like, ah, man. I wish I could be like Mamba, man. Sleeping on the bed right now. That's a fun time. How do you measure size? I go to room overlay, which is F11, and then I hover over, and there's in the room details, you see that it says room size, 92 tiles. Oh, I use the dig command. This also works. Dig command, cancel command, both of them work. Just drag a box like that, tells you the size. Dig, cancel, both of them work pretty hand in hand. It heard its name. I see, yep. Deconstruct 2, but it's better not to use that one. Yep. Deconstruct stuff. All good, Retro, no worries. You're fine, you're fine. Oh, wait. Cancel. No! I deconstructed one of the power lines. Well, that's I see you, Ace Cow. Good strat, good strat. Oh, we have enough. We just have to make suits. Okay, cool, cool. Filters work too. That's true. That's true. But I feel like a lot of the times people are just gonna forget about it. They're like, oh yeah, there's filters. Oh yeah, I forgot, man. Feels bad, man. Alright, so we got that. This room is now 96 tiles. We have 4 hatches there. Alright, so what we need to do is make a critter drop set. So let's make one, because why not, right? I am gonna want it... nothing here. In the wall. We should make it convenient, right? So like that. Like that. Like that. Babies will not be able to jump, so I should be able to just keep it like this. But I will put the door there, just in case. Alright, we're just gonna fill this up with doors, because thug life. We are gonna have a chute here. And then we're gonna have a critter sensor here. Oh, they're gonna eat the sandstone. No, that's actually fine. That's actually fine. Right-click, gang. I see you guys over there. And before someone comes in, oh, there's a mod that you could just download. I know someone's gonna say that. Oh, there's a mod you could just use. Kappa. Alright, so we need that tile. And then we need this tile. And then I am going to need a loader. Oh, this works. And then I put the sweeper right here. Oh, I got to put it like that. Wait, shit. Alright, I can't see behind the chute tile. That's so annoying. That's kind of crazy, but I can't see behind this tile, so I gotta deconstruct it. So there's the shipping, right? I need to make sure I can't sweep the eggs from here. I could do it here, I could do it here, but I can't do it here. Okay, this is actually gonna be necessary. So this is going to be the chute. This is going to be the rail. I need to make sure I could reach inside, which is good. Printables. I'll take the bomb lily seed. That's going to be good. After that, it's just power. I could actually just pull it from the hamster wheel right here. Just because, you know, why not? Oh, both the sweeper as well. Because the thing with this is that it doesn't need to be active too often. It's very minimal activity. So we always wanted... The doors are going to be no eggs, just critter detection. We want it to be that if there is... green signal if it's below 1. Hey, there we go. And then this is going to be critter eggs. Yeah. So this is an anti-cramping mechanism. Now from there, I could just move all of my hatches. Like this guy. This guy as well. Any more hatches in the water? I gotta wait till nighttime until they pop up. Auto sweeper, hands down, best automation in the game. Saves so much dupe time. Honestly, I think how they did the auto sweeper was probably the best design out of any one item in the game. Any one building in the game. How it sweeps in a range like that, and it's based off of line of sight, and you could sweep through certain items like doors. Probably one of the best decisions they made in the game, not gonna lie. It works out really well, man. It really does. So it looks like we could make the suits. My dupes are just a little bit lazy right now. We have no... Oh, was Mr. Arrow Capital Fellow our guy? Alright, man, it's time to go home. It's time to go home. He's just chilling over here, man. It's time to send him back. Hey, he's back. Looking at this, we have a little bit of water. I think it's not bad. Oh, they planted another plant. This pip, dude. There is a pip planting stuff over here. It's causing some issues. Alright, so we'll get that in. We have a Draco in. Nice. Okay, so we can turn this back on. We could start moving this guy. So he's going to start feeding on the mealwood and hopefully give us some glossy egg chance. It's nighttime. 1, 2. Oh, there's 3 right here. We'll wrangle this guy. 26, I'll wrangle him. 16, he's going to get wrangled. This guy's at 37. We'll wrangle him as well. This guy's elderly. He's going to die. Fuck him up, boys. And then this guy's 39. I guess that's fine. He's here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and he's all out of bubblegum. Hey, who originated that saying? That is one of the more common sayings I've ever heard, and I don't know who came up with it. Like, I've heard so many people say that and repeat that. But who was the originator? I'm actually not familiar with that. Rowdy Rodney Piper. Isn't that Duke Nukem in They Live? Wait, what's They Live? Roddy Rod Piper in the movie They Live. Duke Nukem. Wait, what? We get 3 votes for each side? Hold up. Which came out first? Both of those are pretty old, right? Aren't those both of those? He's an 80s and 90s wrestler. Oh, what the hell? The movie is original. Wait. So who came up with the line? It wasn't the wrestler, right? It was from the movie? How should I get water for a bathroom loop? A lot of the times, you have your pipeline loop, right? Let's just say this is your loop. Right? All you got to do is add a water pump and then bridge onto it. That's all you do normally. But that's just an example. You wouldn't do it exactly like that. But yeah, just bridge it on with a liquid pipe. Howdy, Mordax! What is good? How you doing, Mordax? How's the move so far? Duke Nukem was all about quoting movies and badass characters. Okay. So Duke Nukem took it from the movie, They Live. Okay. I got sunburn. Aw, shit, fam. Stay hydrated, man. Sunburn's not fun, dude. It's like low dosage of pain, but it's constantly happening. It's not a fun time. It's not a fun time. Got hell of a farmer stand, dude. I feel that, man. When I used to play sports back in high school and stay after for practice, all of us would have farmer stands, dude. It was the grossest thing. I remember one time we went to the beach. All of us took off our shirts. And all of us had the farmer stands, dude. It was gross. It looked really bad, man. Not gonna lie. Farmer stands, man. I feel like it's like one of the worst things to get rid of. Question the voles. Are those the ones that you make a room out of doors? Yes. You make a room out of the pneumatic doors to prevent the shovels from digging through. Now, although you would surround your room with it, it's not entirely doors. You do have some solid tiles as well. Alright, so the hatches we're moving in. Everything's coming together. We're making some suits. Oxygen is beginning to be included. We're almost there, fam. I got the tiger stripes on my stomach from slouching, getting drunk at the beach. Told myself to keep straight the whole time. Still fucked up. Oh, God, dude. I've never heard of that before. D8, E8? I've never heard of that before. That might be the first time I've heard about someone getting something like that. That's kind of wild. The only thing I've ever heard about is people getting the spray tan on their back. The spray-on sunblock. And it doesn't cover properly. And they get like a random set of like dots and like lines and streaks. Could you make a quick and dirty room how it looks like? Yep. So if you don't have obsidian, all you would do is do a 4-tile base. 2 like this. And then like that. For the bottom, add 2 of these. And then like that. So you're looking for a 4x4 without the tiles, and then you have to surround everything with doors. Of course, you have enough space for all the things you need. So, grooming station, a critter drop-off, and of course, the dispenser. The reason why you want a dispenser instead of a critter feeder here is because you're not actually trying to increase the population count. You're actually just trying to have them starve to death so that you get the meat a little bit faster. The automatic dispenser allows you to move the eggs in a little bit quicker instead of building something else. And you don't need a critter feeder, regardless. Shovels also never cramp, so you don't have to worry about the size. And yeah, that should be it. Why not drown them? You want them to give you an egg before they die. And if you starvation ranch shovels, not the delectables, but the original shovels, they spawn with enough calories to be happy to give you 1 egg before getting starvation and then dying. So it replaces themselves with the egg as if they were wild, but it makes the progress time down to 25 cycles instead of 150. So it just speeds up the process and treats it like a wild, even though it's actually a tamed shovel. But that's the reason why you would want to do that. So you can drown them after they lay the egg, but at that point it's just a lot of work. You have to have the dupe move the shovel out of the room into a drowning box. If the duplicate schedule ends, right, and he goes into downtime, he drops the shovel where he's standing. And if the shovel leaves the area, it's a bad time to try to capture it again, unless you're lucky. Lucky means that, you know, he falls into an island and can't really do anything anymore. No, they cannot burrow through anything with a hardness value, which is right here, of 150 or higher. So that means abyssalite, obsidian, which has 200, neutronium, which has 255, and the last item that they can't burrow through is diamonds, which is at 250. Outside of that, the only other category of things they cannot dig through is anything that goes into a metal tile. So any refined metals. But yeah, those are the things that they cannot dig through. Obsidian, diamond, neutronium, abyssalite, and any metal tile. Even something as soft as lead. No one said being cruel was small work. Word? Shovels are cruel? Is that what I'm hearing? Some of the hatches over there are need to get taken care of. And doors. That's because if you click on the pneumatic door, it says wild critters cannot pass through doors. It's basically coded into the doors and saying that, yeah, man, I don't care what you are, you're not going to beat this. Why not remove the CO2? I should. I really should. I really should. Alright, we'll mine out that layer and we'll start reducing some of the things over here. And what we're going to want to do is get a pump. And we will just pump it into the infinite storage, because why not, right? Oh, we got a printable. Bomb lily seed. And then we go this way, this way. Oh, someone's mad again. Feels bad. Someone is Madge. Alright, we gotta check that out soon. There he is. Oh, dude! We removed the abyssalite. Now he's attacking a tile. Oh, that's rude, man. I gotta replace it. Mighty Stoosh, dude. We'll make you happy one of these days. Immediately go takes a dump. I see you over there. Drowning, that's what you mean, D8. I see you, I see you. This guy's mad. Very madge. Very madge. It's the Fedora man. He thinks he's Bugsy Seagal. Okay, so 4x4 open area, 4 tiles on the floor, door surrounding or wall with adequate hardness. Can they dig through an open corner? Yes. You have to make sure you cover your corners. They will go through corners, actually. So the way I did it with the doors is the exact pattern you need to copy. They do go through corners, and it's bad time if they do. Alright, they're gonna repair it. I have faith. Alright. So at this point, we're gonna be pumping out. I am gonna make a gas element sensor. Probably right here. A little bit above the gas pump. So that we have to have CO2 up into this level for us to pump it up. Next thing we'll do, the pitcher pump's done. We'll mop up the waters, take care of that. And then I'll start doing a little bit of minimal sweeping. Why only a 4x4 open area? Don't you want larger to put more in there? No. I mentioned this earlier, Mordex, but they cannot get cramped. They cannot get cramped. So making a larger box just gives them more room to walk around. That's unnecessary. Anytime you have a large room, it's because you need to provide space due to the critter requirements. Certain critters require certain critter sizes per critter in order for them to not be overcrowded. Shovels don't have that mechanic. Shovels ignore size. And that's because when they're burrowed underground, if they did care about size, when they're inside of a solid tile, they would be in a 1x1 box. Which is, you know, that's too much for a lot of critters. So that's most likely the reason why they remove that. That being said, if you do make a larger area, they're just going to walk around the sides because they can climb along the sides and upside down on the walls. So that just makes it so that when you do brush them, they have to walk over to you, and that takes a long time. So most of the time you avoid anything bigger than that. But that being said, that's the reason why. Dude, they finished this in seconds, man. That's some quickness right there. Alright, so we need the automation. I could probably pull the power wire from my hamster wheel. What makes Pokeshells aggressive? Pokeshells have a motherly instinct where if there is a Pokeshell egg of any kind, of any of the variants, and they happen to be nearby, they're going to be aggressive, trying to protect the egg from any predators. So that's actually the reason why. If there is an egg in the same vicinity, and most of the time it's the room. But when they're in the wild, they have to be able to have pathing to it. That means that they could see an egg, right? And it's close by enough. But if they cannot move next to the egg, and you can click on that by clicking on the critter and go show navigation. If they can't walk up to the egg, they're going to look angry, but they will not attack you. Now, if you do have them in a weird predicament where they could see the egg, but they can't actually get to it, they're going to look angry, they can't path to it, they won't attack you, and it's going to be fine. Otherwise, though, if you have the Pokeshell in the same room as they are, they will try to protect it. And will attack anything that's not from the Pokeshell species line. So the Pokeshell will be attacking all the other critters except for the variants of the Pokeshell. Which is this guy, there is this variant, and then there is the last variant. So all three of those, they protect themselves and each other. But yeah, only if there's an egg. If the egg hatches, they're no longer going to be aggressive. Alright, we should be able to do this now. Alright, so the CO2 is going to get out, which is not that bad. Move that into the infinite box. Oxygen is going to be good. Can't wait to start sealing this up. And... oh, we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Evening, Master Shake. Welcome on in, man. How are you today? How is the Thursdays? Hopefully the Thursdays is over, so you only have the Friday to worry about, Master Shake. Work week's almost done. But how are you? What is good, Master Shake? How's the Thursdays, man? To be fair, that would happen in the real world. There are a lot of animals too. That's true. 100%, man. That's true. Just played Minecraft the last 4 hours with all my kids. How many times did you get trolled by your kids? And they said, Dad, you got trolled. I gotta ask, did that happen at all, dude? I feel like that should be common occurrence when playing with the kids. They could troll. They can't troll a troll. Oh, so you're teaching them. Are you teaching them how you could get people with the trolls? Hey, man, that's fun too. Sometimes the kids gotta learn. How often did they call you a boomer? That's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. At one point, does one have enough coffee mugs? When you have enough coffee mugs that you don't have to wash your coffee mugs anymore. Which means that if you could fill up your sink with coffee mugs and you're still okay to make coffee the next day, that's how you know you have too much. You're just making a better troll. Be careful. Hey. I mean, you know. You know what they say, the apple doesn't fall far off from the tree. No griefing is #1 rule. Yeah, man, you can't be griefing. Griefing is just mad toxic. You can't treat that, man. Griefing is too much. I mean, in game. Oh. When everyone has one next to their beds. If everyone's beds has a pedestal next to it and they have a coffee mug each, you're good. No one needs more than one. When they're the duplicates, at least. So we have 16 cycles. I mean, 13.6 cycles for this to be active. Feels bad. The attack the hatch. Good stuff. Not bad, not bad. Pump it up the CO2s. Alright, alright. What are you pumping out of the cold biome? Oxygen. I have the electrolyzer in here. So we're pumping out the oxygen. And this is cold oxygen, which is why it's kind of lucrative. And like, yo man, cold oxygen? I'm not even mad. Minus 13, seems legit. But that was the very first design we had for the electrolyzer, because I didn't have cooling for it. So I used this for a little bit of, you know, early game O2. Okay, so most likely we're going to have the doors here. I'll keep the abyssalite for now. I think I need to mine out the ice biome, dude. Do you guys think I should do it? It feels like it's gonna be such a pain if I don't. Can you quickly show the infinite CO2 storage? Sure. This is it. 55 and counting. Let me know if you need to see anything else, V. Simon. Oh yeah, I should also wrangle the Sweetles. They're in a bad spot. That's not gonna break. It can't. Can't break. Can't break. Not actually possible. The only way this breaks is if the amount of CO2 goes over 1,000 kilograms. Does air pressure not push liquid out of the liquid lock? No. Gases cannot move liquids, ever. It should not be a thing. In the circumstance that you do get gas pushing down on your liquid lock, you have memory leak, meaning that you should reset your game in and of itself. But for the most part, you can never push liquids downward so that the liquid pushes up on the other side. That's not a thing. That is not actually possible. In the case that it does happen, I would save the game, exit out to the, desktop, and then relaunch it. Because there is a circumstance where if you have memory leak, CO2 ignores that mechanic and pushes down on water. And that has happened to me a couple of times. But it's only happened once I've been playing a long time. High cycle count, a lot of ranching, classic start, so a lot of space, a lot of simulation. But outside of that, it doesn't happen too often. Air pressure cannot push down on a liquid lock. Nope. Not gonna break. How much water do you have dripped on the floor to let the vent keep cooling? That's dependent on the type of vent you're gonna go. Gas vent means you can't go above 2,000. A lot of the times you want to hit 60%. Now, the reason why you want to hit 60% is because looking at the liquid, when the gas is outputting on, you could see on this tile, the water fluctuates, so it pushes over to this side. So you want to have usually 50 to 60% of the water of the overpressure value of the vents. If you're using the high pressure vents, this jumps up to 20 kilograms. So you could put 10 kilograms of water there, or oil, or whatever. But if you're using the regular gas vent, it's only 1,000 grams. Now, of course, you go a little bit over, like I did. But usually you just want to be 50 to 60% of the overpressure range of the vents. Oh, we got all the suits? Okay. It's time, boys. We're gonna be free from all the shenanigans. Alright, so that's there. That's gonna be where we make the suits. We'll make more there, but there's gonna be one thing I need. And I guess I'll put it here, because why not, right? So stations, suit forge. Let's go. How do you get exact size bottles of liquid? You don't. You have to basically use the bottle emptier and go like this. Mash spacebar and watch the liquid contents release. And then uncheck the liquid so that it removes it from the bottle emptier. That way you could drip close to the exact amount. If you want to do exact amount, you have to get plastic and use the meter valve, which is what this is pretty much used for. If you do have plastic and you want to build this, in the mid-game, you could actually set the amount by clicking on the building itself. The liquid meter valve, basically you input a value and then it would allow X amount, which is the value you set, of the liquid to go through. So you could literally count 1, 2 tiles and go, okay, I need 2,000 grams. And you would literally just put 2 kg on the liquid meter valve, and it would drip out exactly 2 kilograms. Outside of that, there's no other way to do it. Everything else is a, oh, I gotta eyeball it, so to speak. Alright, so we need to do this ASAP. Deconstruct the ladder and the wire. And the whole base is pretty much, you know, same cooling, nothing special. Little bit of heat over here, but I'm not too worried about that. So what we're going to have to do is put a door right here to force them to use the Atmos seats. We should be good, though. I do need to build this as well, so that we could get a... Is this refined iron? Oh, shit. Get that out of here. This needs to be copper, baby. So that we could repair the suits over here. So I'm probably going to also want a bin for the reed fiber. Alright. Happy dupes on the way, hopefully. Happy dupes on the way. We're basically going to deny them access with this door. And because I want it to be fast, we're going to put it on a signal switch. We need this built though, and then we need the hamster wheel there. This needs to be industrial ingredient reed fiber. Oops. So that's the food storage we have. That's probably going to be one of the next things we do after we get plastic. So look at this Draco. 6%. He's only eaten twice. Feels bad, man. Alright, so hopefully someone comes up to here soon. Oh, this... Okay, okay. It's because this room is not actually filled up. Let me wrangle both of these guys. And they won't drop off here because we're already maxed out, so they should drop off in this room. We need to start moving them so that we get more glossy chances. Alright, so lock the door. And then we need to enable the building. And then we just gotta watch it work. Hey, there it is. Ah, damn. We're good, fam. Suits! There we go. Stress is gonna go all the way down. Finally, boys. We're gonna be okay now. So, technically, I do want to mine this out really quick. Alright, alright. So that's good. We're going to be moving some Dracos into here. And then hopefully we'll get some glossy eggs. This needs to be basically the same thing here. Copy, paste. There is no conveyor route. I see. That should be how it should work. When the neutronium says minor volcano, is that the lava or is there something else under there? That is actually a minor volcano. Right here. That's actually a minor volcano. So a minor volcano is one of two variants of the volcano. You have the full-size volcano, and then you have a minor one. The only difference is the mass produced per second. I believe it becomes somewhere around, what, 250 kilograms per second with the large one. And this drops down to like 100 or something like that. I'm not sure what the difference is in how much they produce. But there is a difference in how much they produce. And that's really it. Otherwise, it's both just volcanoes. You can kind of treat them the same. It really just comes down to that. Alright, so reed fibers here. This is going to be warrant suit forever. Reed fiber is already stocked. All we gotta do is watch the stress go down. Oh, they shower with the suits on. Feels bad, man. That shouldn't work like that. That shouldn't work like that, man. Feels kind of bad. And then we're out of water. Okay. So I need to tap into this. It just ends up being time. Let's go, let's go. We need the water. No more messing around. That hatch has to drown, dude. Oh, he's on the wrong side of the... Okay, they didn't mine anything out. Can we get some miners in chat? Anyone in chat? Help us mine. That's in the colony. There we go. Mighty Stoosh. That's not mining. Oh, now they're gonna mine it and he's gonna force drown the hatch. Feels bad, man. Oh, dude. We tied him up and we threw him into the lake like we're a mafia, dude. Holy shit. That's straight from the mafia, man. Uglarvis taking notes. Oh man, you're not supposed to. No man, don't say you learned that from me. Don't say you learned that from me, man. I'm just saying. Oh, and he's dead. Oh man, they don't think it be like it is, but it do. There we go, man. Johnny's in the lake, sleeping with the fishes. There's no fish in the lake though. Feels bad, man. Alright, so with this, he no longer gets wet, so he should be reducing on the stress. The strats, baby. It'd be like that sometimes. Can we wrangle these two? Thank you, Scarlet Man. Appreciate you, man. Nope, nope, he's just grabbing the reed fiber. What a guy. I need to move the glossy babies. Okay, so... I think we're starting to stockpile enough calories to be okay. I honestly think we are. So I will try to... food storage? Probably not, right? I'm thinking about it. Do I want to go for food storage right now? There's nothing that's cold enough, though. Yeah, that's true. Aren't they much slower with the suits? Yes, -6 to their movement speed, but that's something I'm okay with. Because it's not like we have a lot of space they have to climb through anyways. We're kind of, you know, kind of in a tight spot, if you know what I'm saying. Small tight spot, not too bad, not too bad. Alright, I think we're gonna start moving the meta refinery over to this area. And I think it works now that we have suits. Well, especially because we have suits. So I don't really need the hydrogen anymore, right? I really don't. I walled this off so the hydrogen doesn't go into this pocket. Technically, composting is still pretty important. Okay, so I think we'll do it here. And we'll use mesh tiles for this. Now the thing is that we don't have any water we could use. We need to melt a lot more stuff before we get to that point, I guess. So what I'm thinking about doing right now is using the hydrogen generator as another method to basically power up the system. We're going to use the wheel as well to help it out. And what we're going to want to do is run the meta refinery over here. There's not a lot of power consumers. There's a pump for water. That's a one-time thing. This is to fill up the hydrogen. And then I think what I need to do is replace this with a smart battery, which I should do right here. Autosave lag. Have that in. And then we'll get the automation. Alright, that should be fine. Now the only other thing is I kind of want to store my hydrogen. Makes a lot of sense that I would want to do that. There's no real way for us to do that, though. Store hydrogen in this area. Unless I pump it out this way. In which case, we already have a gas pump moving out gases. This is getting a little bit overpressured. Let's help mine it out slightly. Oh, glass. Oh, how am I going to say no? How am I going to say no? This is sweep out. That's fine. I might not have enough hydrogen to power everything. So maybe I just have to monitor it like this. I would want to stockpile it if I can. We could... Well, we can't move it lower. It's a 3x5. Why does a gas reservoir have to be so freaking large? Why can't it be smaller, man? Because I don't know where else I could put the hydrogen outside of microing it with using the gas pump. Alright, so we are going to want the metal refinery here. Oh, it's 4 tall. My bad. I thought it was 3 tall, 4 wide. Swap the dimensions. Yeah, there's really no way for me to put this in the reservoir. I would have to dig a pocket over here. I'm actually kind of down. I'm actually kind of down to do that. She's tall, not thick. My bad, my bad. I got her dimensions wrong. Guys, I hope you guys are staying hydrated. And guys, thank you guys for tuning in today. I know that I haven't thanked you guys, but a lot of the times, I know that if you guys are here watching, you guys won't all make it to the end of the stream. So I wanted to thank you guys a little bit early today. Thank you guys for watching today. I haven't thanked you guys, and I really should. But appreciate you guys always coming out, hanging out with us, watching the streams. Hope you guys enjoy. Always happy to answer the questions. And thank you so much for putting, putting us on the screens today. If you put 2 vents on a run of pipes, will it equalize the 2 rooms? Okay. That's a good question. So I think, oh, this doesn't work unless I put a ladder here. That's a great question. So when it comes to that, I will actually say this. If you want to have equal distribution, the best thing you could do is fork out your pipelines. So let's say you're pumping from here, and this is coming out. If you didn't know, if you do this, you get equal distribution to all 3. You will always go to you will go to one of them first, and it's dependent on which is the last one that you just took. So let's say that the last pump before you ran out of power went to the middle. The next one it's probably going to go to is the bottom, and then it's going to go to the top. And then it goes to the middle, and then bottom, and then top. So it will work like that when you fork out a pipeline. The only thing that you have to kind of guarantee is that the packet size never changes. Meaning that a lot of the times you want to have something condense the gas. Maybe it's something like a gas reservoir coming out from the output, so it's always coming out at a full 1,000 grams. Maybe you're using 2 gas pumps to combine the gas packets so that they're always the same. But that's going to be what you're going to want to do. Now, if you want to split it even more, you could actually split the pipeline after the fact. Like that. So then you split the 3 into 6. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you reset again. I mean, just 2 rooms together, will they balance each other? What do you mean 2 rooms together, Mr. Mordex? If I just duct 2 rooms together, will they balance each other out? So if you're saying that you have 2 rooms... hugging walls. Vents don't have inputs, only output. My bad, my bad. I said the wrong word. And let's say that you have a vent out here. Then duct the rooms together. So something like this, where you have airflow like that, and you're releasing the oxygen here. Is that what you mean? D8 understands what you're saying. I'm still trying to get there. Still trying to get there. Still trying to get there. Alright. Yo, what's going on? What's happening? Tokagin coming in with the raid. Oh shit. It's supposed to be exclamation point shout out. There we go. Nightbot, stop slacking, man. I need you. Thank you so much, man. Coming in with the raid. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the support. And of course, welcome on in. Raiders, my name is Too Legit City. And of course, if you guys have any questions for me, let me know. We're playing some Oni right now. And we're playing on the max difficulty flipped asteroid. We got the Psycho 255 so far. And we got a spawn rolling with a cool steam vent providing water. We have a Draco Ranch that we just got started. And we're going to get a Glossy Ranch soon by evolving these guys into Glossy Babies. But of course, that's only if to eat enough mealwood. And then right now, we're just setting up some suits. And hopefully trying to reduce the stress by having them in the suits. But of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And thanks so much for the raid, Tokagin. Welcome on in. How was your stream? How was the Onis today? What were you guys doing? What kind of builds? What kind of colonies? How was the asteroid, man? Hope all is well. And yo, thank you so much for the raid, man. Bricks go burr. What's going on, man? Welcome on in. Tokagin raid. Am I saying the name right? Tokagin? Let me know if I'm mispronouncing it, man. I hate to be saying it wrong. Oh! So you're saying like this. And you're going through the ducts. Is that what you're saying? No. The pipeline has to be done the way I said it. You have to fork it. If you don't fork it, the one that you reach first gets priority. So if you do it this way, this is balanced. If you do it this way, the left side room gets filled up first. Wait a second. You're just going like this? You're just putting an air vent and then an air vent connection like that? Assuming that the air vent will travel from this air vent to the other, from this room to the other room? Is that what you're saying? Nothing happens. You cannot use the air vents as a way to... yeah, air vents just output the gas. They do not allow gas to go back in and travel to the other ones. That does not work. That's what you were saying. Yeah, you cannot do that. It's not ventilation like in real life. That's going to be basically using airflow tiles. One way only, yeah, man. Feels bad. Hope that helps more decks, but that doesn't work that way. It was good. I'm brand new to the game, so I'm just trying to make sure the dupes don't do anything bad. Okay. Yo, man, how many times have the dupes already peed in the water tank? When I was a new player, that happened to me constantly, man. Not gonna lie. And I would reset my runs every time. That's the thing about that. I'm peculiar in a sense that I want it to be perfect if I can. Cthulhu, always with the mods. I see you over there. Yo, Uglar Vix. Visk knows bricks. I see you guys over there. Equalizing the rooms with a different pressure. I see now. I see you guys. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. I like my wall vent fan mod. I see Ace Cow. A solution, if the rooms were next to each other, would be to separate them with a door. That works too. Doors are pretty good. Allows gas flow. Especially, well, if they're pneumatic, it allows for gas flow. But in the end, you need logic either way. Yeah, it's true. It's a lot of the times, if you're okay with them just kind of staggering at 2k, that's usually what it is. Also, saying my name about right is Tokagin. Tokagin. So it's not Tokagin, it's Tokagin. Okay, I see you. I see you. Tokagen, I see you, man. I see you over there. I believe my dupes keep drowning. I'm figuring it out. Yo, man, dupes can't swim. There's no swimming lessons in this game. But I see you over there, man. Let me know if you need any help. I'll be happy to. But I don't want to dictate how you play the game. I want you to have fun. So I'm not going to tell you to do things in a particular way. Just only if you need help. I'll talk about the reason why things happen and possible solutions. I mean, in airlock, if you had a reason to keep the rooms at different pressure for some reason before equalizing, yeah, that's true. But yeah, a lot of the times, equalizing the room like that's going to be airflow tiles job. Oxyferns are something you would want your pips to plant. Wild oxyferns are amazing, especially if you could position them to be at the bottom of the map. Because of how CO2 wants to be at the bottom anyways, if you're able to have your pips plant oxyferns at the bottom, it's free oxygen. Now, the problem with that is that oxyferns do not care about overpressure. Overpressuring happens, right? You know about it when the gas vents reach 2K. However, the oxyfern is going to continue to release oxygen regardless of the pressure. So there is a little bit of a downside, but oxyferns, if you wild plant them with the pips, are worth it. If you do grow oxyferns, I heard they're comparable. Oh, that's oxygen. Oh, there we go. I hear they're comparable in terms of how much they generate, but you know they require water, they require dirt. It's kind of a pain. They have to be in carbon dioxide. So I would say wild plant them if you can. Things happen because dupes are dumb. Yeah, dupes are dumb, man. So if you don't, I mean, I don't want to spoil the lore, but if you look up the lore and find out why duplicants are dumb, and it's kind of not really a reason, to be honest. The duplicants are dumb not because they're dumb. The duplicants are dumb because something happened. It's weird, man. It's weird. Alright, so I need these two tiles mined out. Okay. I was about to say, why is overgenerating a problem? Then I saw CO2-O2 ratio. Yep. Oh, I need to figure that out then. So if you didn't know, what you're going to want to do, Snow, is you're going to find rooms that have Gravitas buildings inside. And you could click on them and click the inspection button. When you get the lore, you could go into your database and go into your index. And you're going to have logs, right, of different messages from the previous colony or the original colony, whatever you want to call it. And they start talking about things. You could start seeing things like their emails, right? And then you could kind of paint a trail of what's happening. And you'll see a lot of things like research notes is a good one. Talks about, you know, some of the things they achieved. And then you're playing the game, you're like, wait, whoa, hold up. And you start to piece together what's going on. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't want to get into it, but there's some lore for you to cover up. I never read those. Yeah, you don't have to, but once you get all of them, right, you could start reading them and you could start seeing what actually happens. I'll go back to my 2000 cycle games. So you don't have to. The moment you find it, it's unlocked for your entire, like, for all the playthroughs. Because it's going to take more than one playthrough to find all the logs, all the research notes. So you're actually fine starting a new colony. All of the database stuff is already saved. I love the lore in the game. There's so much to dig into. Yeah, man. I'm actually planning on making a video that explains the lore. That's going to be on the list of things I need to do. Not going to lie. It's on the list of things I need to do. Alright, so we got that. We're going to store hydrogen. Thanks, man. Gotcha. But yo, Tokagen, appreciate the raid. Appreciate the support. If you're a new player, as you say you are, and you need help, I actually run a YouTube channel, and we're focusing on Oxygen Unincluded. We have over 200 videos on there that go over a lot of things. Things like the concept of the game, certain designs and builds, going over some of the simpler setups, explain some of the mechanics. Also talks about, like, if you're looking for a min-max design or a best design, we have those on there as well. But only if you need it. Exclamation point YouTube to get a link to my channel. But if you're a new player, there's a lot of helpful resources on there to help you out. Especially if you need to go to bed. Lurk, need to go to bed. I'll leave a lurk while I rest. Come back when I'm more awake. Thanks. Gotcha, man. If you come back and I'm not live and you need help, the YouTube's going to be a good place to check it out. But yo, appreciate the raid again. Have a great night of rest. Rest all, rest easy. And dude, hope to see you next time, man. Have a good one. Bricks, thank you for the follow as well, dude. I see you over there. Can you show me your food preservation setup, please? I don't have one. Right now, I'm using just a CO2 bucket. I basically just do a tile in a U shape, and I put a food ration box inside. I use that so that I get the sterile atmosphere buff that reduces decay rate. This is the best I could do until I get permanent storage. But this is the easiest. Just because of how simple it is to build. You just literally just build a U shape with tiles. Fill it up with a little bit of carbon dioxide, and then once the CO2 is there, it can't really escape. Unless you mess around with the pressure levels. Dude, stress has gone down to 68%. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Tossed in my shovelful setup into the Discord. I see you over there, Alarviz. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. You can already improve if you have a fridge. See, I don't want to use power, though. That's the thing. There were some people that talked about that, but I was like, yeah, you could. I don't think it's worthwhile until you get stable power. In which case, I'm waiting for my natural gas to erupt. 7 cycles. But once we do get this to erupt, PogChamp, dude, it's going to be a nice time. Oh, this has to be above 1,000. Alright, alright. So we're going to set up the meta refinery over to this side. Easy does it. Using not a lot of power and the food's at 8 degrees. Right, but, you know, you still gotta provide for it. And in the early game, if you don't have power, you're running off of a hamster wheel. And decaying that a little bit faster does mean your duplicates have to work more often, right? And it's not about the power, it's more so that the dupes have to take time out of their day to run the wheel. That's more so what I'm trying to avoid. It's just that... Well, it also depends on how many duplicates you have. If you're able to have a big colony from the get-go, maybe you're playing on a Terra Start or something like that, I could see that being very viable, since you have a lot of manpower anyways. But in lieu of, or the lack of manpower though, it starts to become a tough time. Alright, so I don't need the deodorizer anymore. We're going to remove that. I am also going to do automations already there. Alright, I'm going to do conductive wiring just because I don't want to change the wire. Alright, that's going to be fine. And then we're going to have this wire go off of the coal line. So the pump's going to change wire sockets. We're also going to delete that. And then we're going to cut it off from the jumbo battery. I didn't buy the DLC yet, and I'm on the base game, still trying to reach 2,000 cycles on every asteroid. Oh, I see you over there. How do you like rocketry? That's the biggest change between base game and the DLC. And, dude, I'm curious. How do you like the rocketry that's in the base game? Because it's completely different once you get the DLC. I used to have some good designs too for the rocketry. But yeah, don't play it anymore, don't need it anymore, right? Really easy to manage, nice. Do you use the rocket fuel site? I couldn't play without it. I needed the rocket fuel site anytime I played base game. Because outside of that, it's tough, man. I wish you could create flight plans for your dupes to repeat, like go mine that asteroid and come back. There is something called a round trip button, Uglarvisk. I don't know if it's still rigged. I don't know if it's still broken. There is a button when you're on your launching of your ship, when you're clicking on the command capsule. And there's a button that looks like a circle with an arrow that's basically circling into itself. That's the round trip button. Now, the problem with that is that the round trip used to immediately leave after you use, like, automatically mine that and come back. They used to reach the destination and immediately leave without actually mining at all. I don't know if that's fixed. They just seem to sit there and not come back when I tried it. Okay. Maybe it's not fixed yet. But that was a feature in the game that I was going to recommend, but I just didn't know if it got fixed. My base is getting warm. You run O2 ducts through a chill water system, correct? Yep. Just like this. We have 80-degree water or oxygen, and it comes out at 29. Oh, that means this is getting warm. Oh, shit. All right, guys. You know what that means? We got to come back with some ice temp shift blades. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. But yeah, if they waited there until out of diamond, that would be great. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping they fix. I don't know if they know about the problem, though. The people at Clay, the developers. Not 100% sure. Alright, so this is going to be important. We need to chill out the oxygen. I want to cool this back down. You should cool that hot room next to the chill water. No, we're fine. We're going to be okay. We have insulated tiles, so the heat transfer is very minimal. I'm actually not too worried about it. The only thing is that we are bringing in hot oxygen to run through, so it's eventually heating it up. This room that was getting pretty hot. But we will do this, and it should be fine for now. Until we get a steam turbine aqua tuner loop, which is what we're waiting for with the glossy babies. Alright, we need to wrangle these guys to bring them over to here. Stress is going down. Dude, I think we handled the stress today. It is a great feeling. Alright, so this is good. Cut that. I could actually make it so that this pump is not on it as well. No, I think it's fine. Took me a while to figure out liquid hydrogen. I see. Dude, that's the final stage, though. You got that, you're good. I think Draco is the best critter in the game. When you get to the DLC, you'll meet this guy. The Grub. I just realized we're out of sulfur. Oh, shit, guys. We are out of sulfur? That's not gonna be good. Guys, we are out of sulfur. This is actually where we start panicking. Because out of sulfur means we're going to be out of food soon. Okay. We did start ranching the hatches. Even though they're overcrowded. Oh, they're overcrowded. So how many do I have here? 9 critters. We're going to have to kill one of these guys. Any sign of a sulfur volcano yet? Yeah, it's right here. It's in the 100 tons of magma. Yeah, it's right there, man. It's chilling. Chilling in the 100 tons of magma. You know how it is. Alright, so we are going to cancel that. And then we are going to bop these wheels. Because we're no longer going to want to run them. Oh dear, yeah, it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun time, boys. Hopefully we'll be able to make this transition. We need the plastic, man. It's going to be fun. Alright, so we got to replace these wires. We got to remove these wires. We're going to move the meta refinery over to here. We could start actually utilizing this as a water source. Wouldn't be too bad. And then, yeah, we're going to be running out of food soon. Gotta mine the sulfur when we can. And I think I just have to break into here. Mine this entire chunk. There's no way around it. So we could jump down, mine this out. And then it looks like I want to mine that just because I want to. And it's probably going to be something like this. But we'll cancel that for now. Don't have that yet. CO2 got pumped out, not bad. Looks like I took too long to progress to the next stage of the game. We will get natural gas, but that doesn't really help us on the food circumstance. I might actually have to start cooking food, just in general. This doesn't actually generate calories, so that's worthless. We could start cooking sleet wheat, frost buns. 8. Oh man, 8 cycle shelf life. Minus 18 freeze point. That's not that great. We have a lot of sleet wheat though. That could be not bad. But yeah, the lack of sulfur is what's gonna hurt us. There's no sulfur on the second map, right? There's dirt. We might have to go back to mealwood for a second. Yeah, it's really just the dirt. Nothing else we could really grab. You don't really have space to do wild planting, I guess. I have wild planting at the bottom. Kappa. Not really anymore. But yeah, I don't have a lot of space, man. Unless I'm willing to bop into this biome. Lots of oil on the second map. Love it. Oil was amazing, man. Oil is really good. Oh yeah, this also needs to be max priority. Get the repairs in ASAP. Food has decayed. Oh man. Race against the clock. Can we get by is the question. Yep, the only water geyser I have on the other asteroid is this. That's another cool Steam event. Just eat the magma. Oh man. So I could immediately just deal with it. Meme strats wise. I could just deal with the magma. Ah, man. We could say F all the Drekos and go get petroleum from the other map by funneling water. This map is a nice pain. It's max difficulty, flip the asteroid, fun times, man. How do you deal with magma? So there's a strat where you try to solidify it into igneous rock and stack it up into one tile. That's technically the easiest way to do that. Because when you solidify the magma and you stack it into one tile, you know what? Oh man, I think I'm gonna do it that way. Wait, hold up. What's lead? Lead liquid. 1749. That's perfect. Yeah, okay. Off the bed, have a good night. Mordex gave me an idea. I think I know what I need to do on the next stream. And it's going to be taming of the magma. Tony, see you over there. Hope the Thursdays is going well. It's going all right, man. All is good, all is good. But, dude, I'm actually going to be wrapping up somewhat soon as well. Catching me on the downside of my stream. But hope you're doing well, though, Tony. Hope all is good in your part of the world as well. I think... Oh, man. What's going to be the advantage of that? I get to consolidate all the magma into one tile. So instead of using infinite storage, I have the magma of all the heat into one tile so that I could push that into a heat sink. Wait, you know what? Why not just make that into infinite storage? I could very easily make infinite storage for the magma. Cthulhu, that's legal, right? I gotta run that by you. Can I just make infinite spill? Gonna go to bed. Thanks for those advice. Hope to catch you another day. Have a good night, Snow. Hope to see you next time. And dude, anytime you guys got questions, if it's only related, if I could answer that, I will do my best to try that. But dude, hope you have a nice week if I don't see you tomorrow. And dude, see you next time. Really good, thanks. Good to hear. Good to hear, Mr. Tony. Cthulhu, that's legal, right? Can I make an infinite spill storage for the magma? I think that's what I'm going to do on my next stream. Infinite spill storage, and just wait for this to spill into one tile. Okay, yep, I could do that. I could do that. Okay. Got some ideas, boys. We got some ideas. Got some ideas, got some ideas. Door crush the lava. That's illegal, dude. I can't do that. Can I use polluted water for the spawn? No, spawn has to be water. If you click on the electrolyzer, you need specifically water. You can use polluted water for the spawn, but before you actually pipe it into the electrolyzer, you have to run it through what's known as a water sieve. This converts polluted water into regular water, which you would probably want to use if you want to use your polluted water for the spawn. So although the answer is yes, there's an extra step. Oops, that's the wrong thing to click on. Good night, bud. Master Shake, if you're heading out, have a great night as well. We'll see you next time. Okay, I think this is going to be really good for us now that we know the solution. Being able to just infinite spill storage this, which of course means I need to keep it in a vacuum. Okay, okay. I think I know exactly how I'm going to want to do it. I will need a vacuum though. That's going to be the fun part. So I think the first thing we got to do is remove the polluted water so the off-gassing doesn't bop me in this little pocket, and the polluted dirt on this tile. That's going to be the things to look at. And then if I could do that fast enough, I could get to the sulfur geyser, and then I can start using the sulfur for my grubs. Oh man, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. I did your bathroom loop too. How I make excess water, not polluted water. So when you want to make excess water from your bathroom loop, so let me give you an example right now, Retro. So let's say you have one bathroom. All right, and let's say your bathroom loop looks like this. And then you have a water sieve. So your dirty water goes into here, and then your clean water comes out to here. What you need to do is prioritize your clean water into your bathroom loop. So you cancel the pipeline, and just so that you could see it, I'm gonna move it to the right. So what you want to do is have this come out and put a bridge on it, and then have the bridge connect to your bathroom. Afterwards, you want to take the same pipeline that's coming off from this and put it into whatever you want to do. In my case, I'm gonna put it into a reservoir so that you know what I'm doing with it. So this makes it so that all the water that comes from your bathroom loop goes into your bathroom again first. But if this pipeline is filled, so it's maxed out, it will overflow into your reservoir. So this is your extra bathroom loop water, excess water. Any questions, let me know, but that's how you do it. Alright, extra sulfur, extra sulfur. Got the entombment, that's cool. That's gonna be for these guys. Barely 1 ton, we gotta mine a lot more. So, I wanna go up naturally, if I can. We wanna go across to here, and then I wanna grab the pea dirt. I guess that as well, so that I could grab the dirt from there. Gotta grab both of those. Let me do that too. So this means that you'll have your extra water in the reservoir, and you could very easily take this and, you know, go into your spawn. I'm curious to see how this is going to work. It's going to be germy water too. It's usually not that bad. It's germy, you know? It's food poisoning. It's not that bad. Just a couple days on the shitter. I'm curious to see how this is going to work. I'm going to have to vacuum everything. I'm going to make airflow tiles everywhere. You can't melt airflow tiles with magma unless you do a bad setup. And then I'm going to use a door to control the spillage. That's basically it. Use a door to control the spillage. But we're going to have to do that on the next stream, as we're not going to have enough time to actually make the magma compression design. Dude, how come they're not... Did all the ice melt? Is that what's happening? I have 9 tons of ice. How come no one's doing the jobs? Wait, am I not able to move in there? No, I can't. Wait, so how come no one wants to build this? No one wants to build this? Is the ice not reachable? That might be it. Oh, my ice melted. Oh, shit. Feels bad, man. That's not supposed to happen. Wait, did my ice melt? Not reachable? Something? Nah, it's right here, man. They could reach that. We got a lot of ice. Climb up. We got some ice right here. Yeah, we got ice for days. What do you mean? We could reach that? Ah, feels weird, man. Alright, so I need this. And then we're going to cut this up, cut this up, cut this up. And then the hydrogen is going to go into here. And then it's going to go back here. And we basically have a buffer storage. Alright, now the next thing we're going to want is... Hydrogen shouldn't have issues. So we're going to put a gas element sensor right here. If this is hydrogen, we're fine. And let me cut this so that it doesn't automatically kick on. Cool, cool. I don't understand why they don't want to build temp shift plates. Were they already done? Which is why the temperature is lowered. Comes out at 26. I still want to lower it some more. Yeah, there we go. Now people are actually going to build it. I think the ice melted, which is why it glitched out the build commands. Not bad, not bad. So I do need to mine this as well. We need the pea water to spill out so it stops off-gassing inside. We want to avoid that from happening. Ah, yes. The Drecos got moved out. We have some in here now. So if a reservoir I have polluted and normal water is going to take my normal water, the polluted water jams the system. You do not want polluted water in the pipeline. So I believe what happens is that if you get polluted water into the electrolyzer, it stops functioning. But when you have a pipeline and you have a mixed water tank, so the contents say water and polluted water, no. It's going to output at random, or whatever came in first. No, that doesn't matter. If you need water, but you have a mixed content in here, it's not going to select the correct type. It's not that smart. That's way too convenient, to be honest. I wish the game worked that way. That'd be sick, man. I could just have a water tank with, like, all 5 liquids. I'm turning my lava into 1 tile, man. Exactly. Poopy air is fine. Poopy air is fine. I would say it's an acquired taste. I would say it's an acquired taste. That's all cap, by the way. Mr. Retro, any other questions? I'm going to be wrapping up right now. So I want to ask before I head out for the night. Anyone else in chat, if you guys have any questions to ask about the Oni game, let me know before we wrap up for the night. Otherwise, we're doing pretty well. Can't complain. We've gotten to suits today. Our Dreckle branch is already running. And we got our Glossy Dreckle Ranch started. Natural gas going to erupt soon. And we're going to get a source of power. Not only that, we are looking kind of scared on food. We're going to mine some sulfur. Hopefully that's going to solve a lot of problems. And then we're going to try to make a magma spill design. Don't think so. Gotcha, gotcha. Good night, V. Simon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. And of course, it's going to be time for me to wrap things up for the night. So let's get that save in. Flip the Mamba. Another good progress in the days.